Hi, welcome to the Amoretti Test Kitchen. Today I'm going to make a honey almond cake using Amoretti's premium blanched almond flour, our Madagascar bourbon vanilla, and our natural honey extract and our natural almond extract. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is to mix some eggs and the sugar. Whisk these together. Just break them up. Then I'm going to put it over a double boiler. So we can add the butter in here. I'm actually using half the honey that I would normally use in a recipe because I do have our concentrated honey extract. So it's going to cut down on the amount of sugar, but it will give plenty of honey flavor. So let's add some of these extracts. We have the honey extract. That's going to be 1.5 teaspoons. And now the almond extract, only 1/4 teaspoon. It's very, very concentrated, so you only need a very small amount. This will cook until the butter is melted. Heating the butter and the sugar and the eggs together will give you a much better emulsification and adds a little bit more air into your cake. So now I'm going to mix the dry ingredients. I'm going to use 1/4 cup of our premium blanched almond flour. So we'll add a little bit of some AP. And some baking soda. Just whisk those together. Okay, so just add the dry ingredients a little bit at a time. I can smell the honey and just a little bit of almond. You don't want too much in there. Just a little hint of almond is nice. This is going to come together and it's going to be very sticky. Like I say, it's more of a dough than a batter. All right, so I'm going to form the layers. Let's do a little bit of kneading first, just a little bit to make this dough smooth. Okay, I think this is smooth. So I'm going to roll it into a log. Now I'm going to cut it into 8 pieces. So just eyeball it. Here's 4. They don't have to be perfectly even. And here's 8. Okay, so now I'm going to roll them into little balls. Okay, so I'm going to roll this out on parchment. Let's cover these with a towel. Keep them from drying out. So we're going to roll this. Does not have to be perfect. I'm going to cut it with this ring so that it will be the right size. All right, so this is pretty thin. You want it to be thin, almost to see through the dough. All right, so now I'm going to use this cutter and I'm going to peel away the outer parts of this dough. Now this you can save and bake it. Bake these little remnants and then grind it into a fine crumb. You can use buttercream to cover this cake, which is what I'm going to do today, or you can use the crumb. Either way. So dock this gently. You don't want to go all the way through. Put it back on the sheet pan. Now I'm going to bake this at 350 for 7 to 9 minutes, and I will keep going with the other layers. All right, so while your cake is baking, you can make the filling. I'm going to start with some cream and then add some powdered sugar. We'll whip that to a medium peak. Okay, so let's add the sour cream and the mascarpone in here. All right, so this is nice and smooth. I am now going to add our Madagascar bourbon vanilla. Now I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of the natural honey extract. This extract is super concentrated. I can smell the honey, it's wonderful. And just a tiny bit of the almond extract. It's very, very concentrated. All right, so now you can fill the cake. Probably 3 to 4 tablespoons of filling per layer is about what you need. So I'm using an ice cream scoop. It's easier that way. And this is very soft, very runny icing. What's going to happen is this will chill overnight in the refrigerator, which means that the cake layers will become very moist. It's okay if it spills down the sides. You're going to cover it anyway, so don't worry about that. It doesn't have to be beautiful at this point. All right, so now this cake will be frosted. It's been in the refrigerator overnight, and we are ready to put some buttercream on there. This is just buttercream, nothing special about it. You can always add any flavor you like. So here I have some decorations for the cake. We have some honeycomb that I made with candy melts and bubble wrap. I also have some black jelly beans that I put some yellow stripes on with royal icing and then added some slivered almonds for their wings. So got some cute bees to add to the cake. We also have the crumb, which I talked about earlier. This is the leftover from the cake. The pieces that I peeled away from the cake earlier, baked them, put them in the Robot or any kind of food processor, and you have a nice fine crumb. I'm going to put a little bit of this on here. So I'm going to put a little bit of buttercream over here so that my shards will have something to lean against. So this is a nice big one that I'm going to put here. Now we need something for some bees to rest on, so I think we can put this little guy here and some little bees. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do decide to make this recipe, please take a picture, tag us on social media. You can reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Amoretti. And sign up for the newsletter and subscribe to our channel. We want to make sure that you don't miss out on any of our discounts, our promos, and of course, our giveaways. See you next time.